What's up, everyone? It's Alicia here. What a second round we had. If somebody would have told me after the first round that after the second round, Ricky Wysocki is going to be tied for lead and Paul Mcbeth will also be on the top 4, I would have probably said, get the hell out. That wasn't happening after the first round. But what a second round we had. First of all, 2 of our lead card dropped way down. Had a terrible round, complete awful round. I'm not gonna bash them any more than necessary. I'm just gonna say what happened. After round 1, we had Bradley Williams, we had Kevin Kiefer on the lead card with Anthony Barela and Gannon Buhr. And Kevin Kiefer was 3rd and Bradley Williams was 4th. And let's see what happened. What happened on the second round in the Northwood Black? Bradley Williams played -2. That's not enough if you want to be on the lead card. You have to play better than -2. And as you can see, Bradley Williams, well, he just played below what needs to be done. And Kevin Kiefer played even worse. Even though Kevin Kiefer played a semi-awesome front 9, back 9 bite his ass. And that's the reason why Kevin Kiefer is now tied for 8th with Bradley Williams. And we have a couple of new people, new persons, new guys on the lead card. We have, well, I don't know if you know who they are, but we have Ricky Wysocki and we have Paul Mcbeth. And this is what it looks like if you play a good round. Like Paul Mcbeth played -8, had the hot round. Really, well, he played like Paul Mcbeth. Front 9 was -6, back 9 was -2, but that was more than enough to regain your position in the lead card. And Ricky Wysocki also played better than in the first round. And Ricky, even though he had a bit of a slump in the middle of the round, as you can see, there's seven pars in the middle of the round, but he managed to end the round relatively well. -3 on the last 6 holes, that's okay. And that deservedly he is on the first place, tied with Anthony Barela and Gannon Buhr. But why is Anthony Barela and Gannon Buhr tied with Ricky Wysocki? Well, if you watch here, Gannon Buhr played -2 and Anthony Barela played -4. So the lead card after round 1 was struggling a lot. All of them. But what this did was, now everything is more close. Everything is more tied up. As you can see, Matthew Orum is actually tied for 4th with Paul Mcbeth on -12. So we have more people more close than ever. And we're going to have a great round 3 at Northwood Black again. And I hope it's going to be an interesting one. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. If Ricky and Paul is just going to take over. And can Anthony Barela and Gannon Buhr stick up with the champions? It's been really interesting. A lot of people have been struggling in the Northwood Black. And it's a good thing. I like the Northwood Black more than Eureka. I think wooded courses are more interesting to watch than just open fields where people just yank the disc as far as they can. I like these technical courses more than the long distance courses. And that's the reason why I think Northwood Black is way better than Eureka. And I can't wait to see round 3. This was a short recap of what happened on round 2. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button, like the video and comment down below who's gonna win the MPO side. There's gonna be a couple of interviews again, as always. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one.
Like the pace that you started and opened this tournament. It was a 4-round event. How does the 7 under feel for round 2?
Feels great. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to scores. They don't really matter right now. It's just going out playing good rounds. Yeah, like I said, we still have 2 rounds to go. I knew going into today. On paper, it looked like I was back a lot, but 5 strokes is nothing with three rounds to play. So I was just out here, just playing super consistent, hitting my lines and really just staying in the fairway, not really. I had a couple great par saves, which is, a huge momentum shifter in the right direction to keep your round going. And I didn't have a bogey until hole 16, so I felt really happy about that.
Just looking over the scores for everyone, around the turn, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, there's a lot of pars there. Talk about that stretch where, like you just said, par's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, there's holes out here that par is pretty much like birdie. The par 5 is basically like a par 6, so if you get a par on that hole, it feels like a birdie. I think my whole card 6'd it, and I got a 5, and I felt like it was a birdie. So, some of the holes you can't really, the par is misleading because Yeah, par is a great score, and I like courses like this that really challenge you, and you gotta be scrappy. You gotta hit some awkward angles to try and save pars sometimes, because these fairways are some tough angles.
Got another crack at it tomorrow. Is 7 down, like completely out of your head right now, and just moving on to round 3 out here?
Yeah, I mean, I think 7 under is a great score. You know, if I can come out tomorrow and shoot a 4-5, between 4 and 6 under tomorrow, I'll be really happy. Yeah, if I can come out of here after 2 rounds shooting double digits, I'm more than pumped, and I think that's going to, leave me within 1 or 2 strokes.
All right, we're here with Paul Mcbeth off the course with an 8 under 60 tie for the course record. How'd that feel out there today?
Man, it feels like it's kind of been all year where it's been a good either front 9 or back 9, good little stretch, and then kind of just hit a flat spot. So feels good. I mean, 8 down's really good out here, but I just want to keep it rolling longer if I can.
Birdieing 6 out of the first 7. What was cooking during that stretch for you?
I think I really changed my game plan from last year. I was throwing distance drivers. Here I was throwing a lot of putters off the tee. Here and there, fairway driver, and forehand was strictly. I mean, that was the only time I threw a distance driver was forehand. So, kind of just stuck to a solid game plan, I feel like.
Did you go back and look at last year? I mean, it's 10 strokes better than last year.
Not at all. Last year's not going to help me for this one. It was real bad last year, but I knew my strategy last year was not the smartest one here, so I kind of just flipped it completely.
How has this course evolved?
It's cleared out a little bit. I think the grass has grown a little bit more. The par 5s, or par 4s and 5s, you're able to stick them in the fairway, I think, a little bit more. But I think for me, just throwing the slower disc has really allowed me to shape the fairways a little bit more rather than try to power through them. But this is, I think, on record, the hardest course that we play.
It's just one bogey and you bounce back quick with a birdie with the circle 2. Something you were talking about throughout the round. Where was lacking there from distance?
Yeah, yesterday my putting was really poor, and then back 9 or the circle 2, I was kind of struggling, just not hitting the cage or hitting the basket. So today I think I was just lacking shifting my weight, back and forward, and that was, I think, the big key for circle 2 for me.
All right, lead card, chase card, still to be determined at the moment. But
Yeah.
How do you like your position at the midway of this tournament?
I mean, after shooting a 4 the first round, to be potentially within 2 or 3 is huge. So, I mean, the leader was at 11, and I was at 4. So to be within 2 or 3 and potentially tied with who was in the lead, it's a big move.
All right, that's Paul Mcbeth right here in the mix at Ledgestone.
We are joined here now by another co-leader in the clubhouse, Gannon Buhr, 13 under par, 2 under par today on Northwoods Black. This is a roller coaster of a course. How satisfied are you with today's round?
I'm okay. I think I only had 2 bogeys, which is obviously pretty good out here to not take that many bogeys. Was able to stay even par through 12, 13, and 14, which is huge, and even had birdie looks on a couple of them. Wasn't able to capitalize. Kind of just felt like I hit every single tree after throwing a great drive on the second shots, and a couple holes, like a hole 11 where I threw a drive that would have led to a circle 2 putt, kicks straight in the woods and I took half a second to pitch out because there was nothing, sometimes if you miss it more, a couple people on my card, missed it more than I did, but kicked to the fairway and they had a par. But it's kind of just stuff like that. I had 8 birdie looks on the front 9, which is pretty crazy, and it was only 2 down through 9, I believe. So I just gotta keep playing how I was. I pretty much threw everything exactly how I wanted to. Only a couple off shots that resulted in bogeys, but pretty satisfied.
Kind of a specific question for you. Hole 17 tee shot. You've been throwing the putter well all day. You went with an A2 forehand, I believe, is what you threw.
17?
16. Yes, 16.
Or 16. 16, I went A2 forehand. Me and Gavin Babcock played practice round. He was throwing it pretty well, and I just didn't throw it hard enough. I feel like I just didn't really commit to the turn. I know in practice I threw it with a little bit of wobble, so it kind of turned it over a little bit. It left me with that 60-footer I was able to jam, which felt really nice to kind of, give me a little bit of slack to stay on this lead card and, ultimately be co-leader for this event. But I have been throwing like super flippy putter mid in the years past and like really getting the S cork. And I feel like you can park it, but if you hit a couple feet behind the basket, it's a 40-foot death putt. And with the A2, I feel like I can just rip it over and get like a 25-footer right or something like that. Just a putt, not really trying to park it or anything.
One last question before I let you go. You told me earlier before this interview that you had about 580-foot jump putts to the basket, which I don't think a lot of people can say. I actually had a question from Anthony Barela I need to extend to you. How can you jump putt so far?
I don't know. I just, a lot of it's in the fingers. When underneath my putter, I do this with my fingers, and that gets the spin. So I don't have to really worry about like off-axis torque a lot. Sometimes they come out wobbly, but when you get the spin, it helps it obviously go a little further and not have as much like S-turn, I guess. That I can really just move my arm as fast as I want, and 180 is about my limit on my jump putt. But it feels good to just have that in my head, knowing that. I mean, I'm really bad at short up shots, so being able to jump putt that far is a huge advantage. But yeah, a lot of it's in the fingers, and getting the fingers to get the spin and the arm to get the momentum forward, and obviously doing a big jump helps as well.
Well, you have one more round at Northwoods tomorrow. You're tied for the lead. You're going to have a pretty star-studded card. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
We are joined here by your co-leader in the clubhouse, Anthony Barela, 13 under par total, 4 down today. How satisfied with this round are you?
I made some pretty bad mistakes out there. I'm not super satisfied. I know I could shoot a lot better. There's just a lot to clean up tomorrow.
You're currently first in the entire event in birdie percentage, 50% of the holes you've birdied so far. Mm-hmm. Are there any game plan decisions you're going to change tomorrow, maybe off the tee, or just focus on execution tomorrow?
If I'm in the woods, just pitch out and just play it for par. Don't try to attack and get a birdie, because that cost me 2 strokes today.
And then we have another round at Lake Eureka. Just one more round until the cut. Any thoughts about that course, or just thinking about tomorrow?
I'm just thinking about tomorrow. I love Northwoods. It's my favorite course to play all year, I think.
Well, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.